Good morning, Facebook family and friends. Welcome to Wisdom Walk episode number 4. Hope everyone's having an amazing Sunday. Really early here in Southern California. 65 degrees, gonna go up to 85 degrees today. So pretty excited about that. So today we're gonna talk about the marshmallow effect. Pretty interesting, but before I do that, I'm getting up really early because it's gonna be boating day today. So she's all ready to go, and I'm gonna head out in a little bit after I finish my wisdom walk and get some breakfast and head out in the water, because you don't get very many 85 degree days in January in Southern California without rain. So let's talk about the marshmallow effect this morning. It's gonna be attached to the 80-20 rule. Now, the 80-20 rule, we've always heard that in business, that 20% of the people at a business or any type of situation does 80% of the work. And, 20% of the people are successful, 80% of the people are not. We've heard it in all different ways and different thoughts. And out of that 20%ers, you have the 1%er. Well, I have some really good news for you guys this morning. And the good news is you were born an 80%er or a 20%er. It's not something that you learn. You have to train yourself to either be a 20%er if you want to, but you're either born a 20%er or you're born an 80%er. And the bad news is you cannot, it just happens that way. That's just what it is. So you have to now train yourself to become a 20%er mindset if you're born an 80%er. Fortunately for me, I was born a 20%er. And let me explain it to you. So what an 20%er means is the marshmallow effect. Let me tell you the marshmallow effect first so you can understand the concept. So there was an experiment done many years ago in a kindergarten school with a bunch of kids, and they were given marshmallows. So what the teacher did, he told the kids that I'm going to put them in a room by themselves, and the teacher sat down, the instructor sat down and said, I'm going to give you one marshmallow and put it in front of you. And if you wait 15 minutes, I'm going to come back and I'm going to give you 3. But you can't eat the marshmallow. You have to wait. And 80% of the kids ate the marshmallow. They didn't wait for the other 3 marshmallows in 15 minutes. Because most people are born with a lack of delayed, I don't like delayed gratification. They want instant gratification. So the marshmallow effect teaches that you're going to eat that marshmallow right away because you don't want to wait the 15 minutes to 3. Many things may make you think that way. Am I really going to get 3? Is the instructor really going to come back and give me 3? That's where the skepticism comes in. That's where the not believing comes in. If I take that to adulthood, that's where people say, whatever opportunity I heard is a scam. So you talk yourself out of the delayed gratification and you go for the instant gratification. Well, our society and our schools teach us instant gratification because it teaches us, and our parents did also, hey, little Johnny, when you grow up, I want you to go to school, get a great education, get a great job, and retire. Well, that's not reality. That's what we're taught, because we're taught that when you do something, you should get the instant gratification. Well, I understand it, and 80% of people are born that way. I'll give you an example. Oprah Winfrey. She's a mixture of 2. Because some people are a mixture of 2. She is a 20%er and she's an 80%er. In her entrepreneurial skills, she's definitely a 20%er. As far as her weight loss, she's an 80%er because she hasn't put the delayed gratification hasn't stepped in her brain, and that's what the 80%ers does. So here's the thought. I'll show you, by the way, at the end of this, I'll tell you if you are an 80%er, how you can change to become, you can't become a 20%er because you're either born an 80%er or you're born a 20%er. But you can have the tendencies of a 20%er and become successful. So you can have to wait till the end of this for me to show you how to do it. Okay? So the mindset, again, is you want that delayed, most people can't handle that delayed gratification. That's why most people have a job. That's why very few people are entrepreneurial. Because we all know, as an entrepreneur, it's definitely delayed gratification. So let's take a couple of entrepreneurs that you know well and good and see how their delayed gratification works. Let's talk about Jeff Bezos. Started a little company called Amazon. Everyone laughed at him. Started in his garage. In fact, I have a picture of that. The media said that it will never work. You're selling books online, it will never work. 5 years go by, still not successful. People are saying it won't work. If he was an 80%er, we wouldn't have the blessings of Amazon right now. Think about that. Think about the impact Amazon has made to the world and to this country. Think about that for a second, especially with the pandemic going on. So, thank God that Jeff Bezos was born a 20%er, or else our lives will be greatly affected. This is what I always tell people. You never know who is listening. You never know who's paying attention. You never know what someone can do. This is why some people are mad at me for doing this, but they say that in their opinion, they think I talk down to people, or I'm mean to people, or I'm rough on people. I'm just direct. And it takes directness to sometimes shake people up to realize what they may be doing or may not be doing. I'm not telling you I have the right answers. I'm not telling you I'm always right, because I'm not. But one thing you can count on me for is being straightforward and to the point. If you choose to take it that I'm talking down to you or I'm being mean to you, that's in your head, not my head. Because, like I've said in a few of my lives before, your opinion of me is none of my business. Nor will I ever make it my business. So when I think of these things I do, and these walks, and these talks, and today's thoughts, you never know who's listening. Because how do I know that someone's going to get inspired, someone's going to have a different mindset, and they may wake up one day and become a Jeff Bezos, or cure cancer, or develop something that will change the world forever? You don't know. You never know. But I have to always keep that in my mind as I go about my day and I post things and say things. Because you never know. No one knows what the future holds. No one knows what can happen. No one knows how big someone can be in the world. Who knows the next Jeff Bezos? Who knows the next Elon Musk? He's the richest man in the world now. Just past Jeff. He's a 20%er. Because delayed gratification is something that entrepreneurs understand and live with. But most people are taught in school, again, like I said, about the job situation. Most people have to go to work and know if they put in the 8 hours, they're going to get their $20 an hour or their $50 an hour or whatever per hour they're doing. Because they need to have that That's security. Well, that security puts you in a position in life that you may not be able to grow to your full potential. Now, it may sound like I'm contradicting myself a little bit by saying that you can be a 20%er, but you're born an 80%er, or whichever way. Here's the deal. You can have, and this is what I'm going to break it down, how you can change your mindset of an 80%er to become a 20%er. You'll never change. You can be like Oprah with her weight, and you can have 20%er success. You can have 20%er mindset, but you'll always be an 80%er. So just understand where you live and live there. So let me tell you how you become a 20%er mindset. So we again, just to go over, an 80%er is a person that cannot deal with delayed gratification. They have to have a job. They have to have security. They have to know that paycheck's coming in. A 20%er likes delayed gratification. Could you imagine Jeff Bezos? 5 years, Amazon sucked. Everyone was saying he's not going to make it. And then for the last 5 or 6 or 7 years, he was the richest man in the world. Talk about delayed gratification superpower. Man, that's a delayed gratification superpower. 5 years of nothing. I'll give you guys one that comes to home a little bit. I had that situation. In 2002, most of you may have known, some of you may have known, I was heavily into the auto industry. I used to run the number one Mercedes-Benz dealership in the country. Did well, but worked a lot. Cost me a divorce. Cost me a relationship with my first 2 kids. That's just reality. That's life. We've all been there. We've all had those situations. I didn't have the lifestyle I have today in order to spend the time and be all their games because I worked retail. What a sad situation that was. Because you can't do over your children's youth, the time you lost with family, the time you lost with your loved ones, with friends, the memories you could make. You couldn't do it. So in 2002, I put myself in a position that I'm going to use I didn't even know I was a 20%er, but I decided to use those skills. Got involved in a company called World Leadership Group. For the first 6 months, I made $277. Every single family member and friend told me I was out of my mind. Kind of like what they told Jeff Bezos, that he was out of his mind. So went through that process. Actually, I'm going to turn around and go another way because those dogs are going to mess up my conversation. So I'll hit another direction. So that 20, I'm sorry, what was I? Okay, I decided to jump. I decided to jump into the situation of trying something different. Delayed gratification. $277 earned, first 6 months. Now, this is back in 2002, 18 years ago. I was in a high 6-figure income, running the number one Mercedes-Benz dealership in the country. But I had no time, like I mentioned. So after the first 6 months, we had a company event in Las Vegas, and I went, and I found out there was a system called the Leadership Format System. It was a book that Hubert Humphrey wrote. And it was a full system how to become successful in his company. I read that book cover to cover on the way home because we drove, and my queen decided to drive back from Vegas so I can read the whole book. Then I put all those systems in place, and the first month I made $277,000 after I put the system in place. And that was in July, and by December I almost broke $1 million. And coming years, I ended up making about $11 million, becoming number one in the company, and the rest is history. And it brings me to where I am today because I can no longer live in an 80% mindset, even though I was a 20%er, because no one ever explained to me what an 80-20%er was. So I'm glad that I found it on my own and took that leap to jump out there and not think everything in the world is a scam. And if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I'm hoping that this live catches someone that thinks they're an 80%er and let them do the actions of a 20%er and change your life forever. So how do you become a 20%er if you're 80%er? I will give an example of a stroke victim. So a stroke victim, if you have a stroke, hope none of you ever do, or I ever do either, and you lose mobility in half of your body. Let's say the left half, right half, whatever. You now have to go to rehab, and you have to start all over like you were a toddler again. And you have to do muscle memory. And the whole right side of your body, you have to learn how to speak again, walk again, the whole scenario. Well, changing from an 80%er to a 2%er, or having 20%er tendencies, here's what you have to do. You have to train your mind to do certain things. And this is not going to be easy, but it will definitely be rewarding if you can pull it off. So here's what you have to train your mind to do. And I'll give you an example. If you woke up this morning, which is pretty early here in Southern California, try not brushing your teeth and heading to work. You will feel so uncomfortable. You will think your breath smells real bad. You'll feel there's a film on your teeth. It will be such an uncomfortable situation that it will bother you pretty much all day. Well, that's the catalyst I'm going to use to help you develop those 20% tendencies. Because what you have to do is you have to repeatedly do something over and over and over. And did I say over? Yes, and over. Until it becomes a forced habit that it makes you feel uncomfortable when you don't do it. So let's say, for example, you want to lose weight. We all had those New Year's resolutions, which I'm sure, let's say is the 17th or 18th, whatever date it is. I'm sure 80% of them are already broken. Let's say you want to start working out at the gym and you want to lose weight. You're going to be changing everything about yourself. You're going to be changing something you've never done before. An 80%er is going to be changing their whole thought process of having a job and doing something different. And it's going to be scary and tough. But you have to do the things it takes on a daily basis until the muscle memory pops in. And when the muscle memory pops in and you don't do it, then you're going to feel like you didn't brush your teeth. And you're going to feel very uncomfortable. But you can't do it 1 or 2 or 3 times. It has to become a lifestyle. So let's use weight for an example. So you're going to go to the gym or you're going to work out. Well, in COVID, there's not very many gyms open, but you can go through your process. First day is going to be tough. You're going to go through this process, but you're going to put yourself in a position that you're going to go through this process every single day. Most people may quit in day number 4, day number 5, day number 10, day number 15. But if you put yourself in a position where you never quit and you go through the process, by the time you're at day number 50 or day number 80 or day number 90, and it becomes a habit to you, then all of a sudden, your mind and your brain, you change something in your brain. Good morning. You change something in your brain that if you don't do that action, there's a chemical in your brain that will freak you out. Just like there's a chemical in your brain that will freak you out that you didn't brush your teeth. And that's a secret. There's nothing scary about it. There's nothing fancy about it. It is what it is. The problem is, are you going to go through that process for it to stick and be a 20%er? Oprah struggled with that. Big Oprah, little Oprah. Well, think about it this way. If she can get little, why doesn't she stay little? Because you haven't put the effort in to make it a forced habit, like brushing your teeth. Some people do it like making up your bed. I cannot. There is no way in the world I can leave the house, which I don't leave the house much anyway, but there's no way in the world I can leave my bedroom without making my bed, because it's such a forced habit. I will feel uncomfortable. Like if I try to walk out the room, it's like the sheets will like put a stranglehold on me and yank me back to the bed, because it's such a forced habit. So the question is, are you going to make forced habits? Are you going to try to put yourself in a position to have a 20% tendency? Now, just know you won't be a 20%er because you're born that way. You're born with the genes of a 20%er or an 80%er. And if you're a 20%er, you may not know you're a 20%er because I didn't learn that I was a 20%er until 2002. That's why I kept the job until 2002, until someone broke me out of the shackles of employment. Now, I call it shackles of employment. That's my humble opinion. I don't think there's any. I used to be very disrespectful at my younger age. I would say things like, a job is just over broke, jerked out of bed, jumping over bills. Well, that's when I was younger and stupid. And I would make those statements because I fully didn't understand the ramification of my statements. Because someone listening to that may have a negative feel and say, wow, that's kind of tough, even though some of the statements make sense. But you can't disrespect someone that is out there working and trying to take care of their family. I have to respect that. You have to respect someone that wants to take care of their family and do what they need to do. He or she is out there busting their butt, feeding their kids, keeping a roof over their head, giving them shelter, giving them food. So I think a job is a great place to start. It gives you good discipline. That's all it does. It gives you good discipline for your next chapter in life. So my hopes are that you've put yourself in a position that maybe this wisdom walk made you realize if you're a 20%er or an 80%er, and if you're a 20%er, you'll probably jump into some positions of opportunities that will enrich your life and take you to the next level. Because like Steve Harvey said, you got to jump. And if you don't jump, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to YouTube and put in Steve Harvey jump. It's a 5 or 7 minute video. It will blow your mind. So I jumped in 2002 and I never looked back. Tough 6 months though. Was scared, but fortunately I was a 20%er and delayed gratification works for me. If I was an 80%er, it would have been tough and I probably would have quit. So you now, as you're watching this wisdom walk, you have to decide which one are you. And if you have come up with a plan that you're an 80%er, hey guys, if you decide that you've come up with you're an 80%er, you have to make that decision now. How badly do you want to make that change? How badly do you want success? How badly do you want to change your situation? Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Are you too sick and tired of being sick and tired? See, one of the things I tell people, and you guys know I'm in the network game, and I will never be in any other business. In fact, if anything I do is not in a network game, I won't be doing it. So I'm always in a network game because Jeff Bezos, second richest man in the world, is in a network game. You guys may not know this, but Amazon is the biggest multi-level marketing, network marketing, affiliate marketing, whatever you want to call it, on the planet. You may not think that way because you haven't opened up your mind. But what does Jeff Bezos have? A ton of affiliates selling products on his platform that he doesn't even own. And everybody gets a piece of the action. Welcome to affiliate marketing. But people want to think whatever. They don't call Amazon a scam. But it is what it is. So now you have to make a decision in your life if you want the tendencies of a 20%er. And if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. Now, everything hits everyone a certain way. The reason that I moved from the 80% of mindset, even though I was a 20%er, is I saw something and something moved me. Some of you probably heard the story. A waitress is the one that told me about a company called World Leadership Group. And when she told me about it, I was in the process of purchasing Donna V. Chrysler Jeep in Placentia, California. I was in escrow. Put down my down payment. In fact, I even lost my deposit on that deal. But she told me about a company. For some reason, by the grace of God, I decided to come home and look at the video. And I looked at it, and what got my attention was all these people were in Hawaii on vacation in the middle of the week. And I'm thinking, now that I've been at my job for a long time, every year I get 2 weeks off. It's kind of hard to get the 2 weeks off because you don't know if the owner is going to replace you when you're gone, because owners only care about themselves. That's why you have to own your own business and be an entrepreneur. This is why I love affiliate marketing, because you are the owner of your own business and your own situation. You don't work for anyone. So I saw all these people having all these different things. Good morning. I saw all these people having all this fun in Hawaii and hanging out and living a lifestyle. Well, that hit me because of the current situation I went through. Went through a divorce because I was always working. I was in retail, didn't have enough time with the kids. And that spoke to me. See, something has to speak to you for you to make a change. It's almost like getting sick or having a heart attack. Your overweight butt don't do anything about nutrition until the doctor says you almost died. Come on, let's be real. Seriously. Most people don't make healthy choices until death stares them right down in their face. And then all of a sudden, you're watching what you're eating more vegetables, going for walks, exercising more because you almost died. So it's like a pain program. So you almost have to have something with pain in order to make you move, unless you're a very, very strong-minded person and you can try to move on your own, but that's a little bit tough. So my pain point, I call them pain points, my pain point was watching the fact that everyone was in Hawaii, hanging out, having a normal life, didn't have to worry what day of the week it is, and they can work from their home, they can work from their computer, they can be anywhere in the world, and that got my attention. And the pain point for me was my divorce, and the fact that I wasn't able to be there for my kids when they were growing up. Now, I provided, and I provided way after the divorce. Ooh, that's another story I'll tell you one day. Anyway, it is what it is. So that pain point makes you move. So today, I'm hoping that this wakes you up. A couple of things I would like to get out of this. It wakes you up. You realize if you're an 80%er or a 20%er. And if you are a 80%er, you have enough of a pain point and you're sick and tired of being sick and tired enough to make that decision to try something. Now, I have a plethora of things to try, and I don't want you to misunderstand this, because if you watch any of my videos, any of my trainings in The Good Life, which by the way is free, I don't charge anybody for it at all because it's just my give back. I always tell you, just go out there and always get a residual income, get another income stream. Doesn't matter if you do what I do or do it on your own. I don't care who you join or what you do. Go open up an Amazon store. Go do Mary Kay. Go do Amway. I don't care what you do. I don't do those things. Good morning. I don't do those things. There are certain things. I'm more of a service industry type of person. I'm not into products. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with products. But I'm not going to sell you some pill to tell you you're going to live till 120 years old. I'm not going to sell you a juice that you can drink. I'm not going to tell you rub this cream on your face and you're going to be the most beautiful person in the world. I'm just not a product person. That's just me. Doesn't mean that it's wrong. A lot of people have made millions and billions of dollars doing that. I personally like services. I like services that you can feel, touch, and see. I like investments opportunities. Now we have a great investment opportunity outside of the United States, headquartered in Israel. This woman, Dr. Anna, she's like killing it in artificial intelligence game. Last 3 years, her company Endotech yield 328% returns in 3 years. Had 10 losing months, still earned 328% for investors. So I'm not going to talk. This wisdom walk is not about that. So if you want more information, that you can get a hold of me. So this wisdom walk is for you to realize that you can win even if you're an 80%er. You just have to put in the work. So hopefully this live makes you think a little bit, wakes you up as I'm turning the corner back to the house and seeing the boat there, because I'm going to Catalina today. This is a nice little run, 27 miles across from Long Beach. Takes me about 12 minutes to get there. About 15 minutes to get there. Depends on how much fuel I want to waste. So, okay, everyone, let me take a look at a few people. Any comments? If anybody has any comments, let me say hi to a couple people. Good morning, Emily. You're back from your beautiful vacation in Mexico. Hope you had a great time. Hey, Courtney, how you doing? Mr. Rabu Gary, my multi-million-dollar friend. I'm so proud of you. Saw your live again, or saw your meeting for the team. It just blesses my heart that you're the type of person that's out there helping people and making people's dreams come true. God bless you, my friend. Let's see, who else we have? Hey, Sean. Hey, Sean was one of the people that when I talked about Bitcoin 3 years ago, she jumped in. I'm not going to tell all your business, Sean, but she jumped in and decided to buy it, and it was really cool when Bitcoin hit 41.9 a week and a half ago, whatever. She was like, man, I made some great money with your advice and stuff like that. So I'm really, really happy for her. Hi, Maria. Maria, I see you got set up with Envy Connect today for your investment business. Good for you. Emily, you're very welcome. And let's see, who do we have? Hey, Tyler Cox is on. Who else do we have on? Hey, Darren, good morning. Okay, so I am back. So you guys enjoy your Sunday. Have a great day. And I will be on for Wisdom Walk episode number 5. I'm not sure when I'm going to do that. I think I may spend a couple of days out on the boat, out in the water. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So take care, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.